Ooh, my phone keeps overheating today. I don't know why. But, yeah, you know. The aristocracy of today asks all these questions, and yet they don't ask the real questions, you know? They don't have the Aristotelian way of thinking. They don't, you know, look, we out here getting it. You know, there's a sun, doing exercise. And look, it's super easy, because it's paved. There's not I'm a breaking trail. It's not even a trail, like a dirt trail. And you know, as Aristotle once said, it is a shame. Don't. This is a paraphrase because I forgot the quote exactly. But it's a shame for a man to grow old without knowing what his body is capable of. Yet the aristocracy of today, you know, will tell you not. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You know, Socrates, Plato. Plato wasn't even his name. Plato just means broad shoulders. The dude was jacked. Yeah. What's that other quote? Like if you don't do none of this, your fighting will be done by sheep, something like that, and your fighting will be done by cowards. That quote. It's a good quote too. It used to be the people of warrior poets. The two are not mutually exclusive. And I'm sorry if my phone does. Like, I'm filming this as you should, like the wide angle when you're using a phone. But for some reason, it makes the video sideways, and my video editor doesn't let me like correct that. Or I don't know. This is an old phone. It's a Galaxy Note 9. I'm not big into consumerism, so the phone has served me. I'll keep using it until it like dies. Like I can't turn it on. It explodes. The battery melts. The phone melts. The thing is bifurcated. All that. And I can't repair it because I'm pretty sure repairing this costs less than buying a new phone of today with all the stuff going on. In any case, see, the aristocracy would have you do that. Don't learn, don't think, don't read, consume. Don't ask the real questions. Don't even worry about that. We'll do that for you. We have AI coming, you know, soon we'll have liquid computing. I'm sure they'll try to make an anima silica. It'll never work, but for those that don't think, have an imagination and all that, they'll just assume, oh yeah, look, it's soul. And give it up right there. They'll give up their soul, seemingly. For the pursuit of modern convenience. Yeah, that was pretty interesting though, that I saw that video. There's a video and there's a state before the Big Bang called inflation. It's already there. The ultimate guide to our lives. We literally have the book. We have the 72 or 73, depending. Pop trivia, which two? I'm gonna give it to you at least, so it's not too hard. Which two letters they combined so that in the Bible, so that some of them have 73 books, but then some of them have 72 books. Which two letters did they combine into one book? We already have it, it's right there. In the beginning, there was nothing, and then God said, let there be light. So in the beginning was nothing. That was the beginning, however long that time period was, or that period of existence. And then came the Big Bang. And then before the beginning, God was already there. God exists outside of time. And they're going to get that. They're going to see that, and then they're going to be like, oh, look, another dimension, the multiverse. The multiverse. Because they're going to see something outside of our observable, or outside of our universe, because our universe is finite. This is not an infinite existence. It's massive, it's huge. All the creation is contained within it, but it is not infinite. And they're going to see like, oh, look, there's an outside. Just like, yeah, it's already, the ancients knew this. They've been knowing. We've been knowing. And so that's why, like, we're not returning to that Aristotelian way of thinking. So it's like this, we're getting more of the same. It's literally two halves of the same coin. And the coin is just flipping to the other side. And people are feeling like, yeah, my side now. You're like, yeah, it's all the crazy. It's getting, yay. And it's not. It really isn't. I'm not being black pill doomer of doom and gloom. It's just, it's already been foretold. I don't know why people are surprised. Been told that this is going to happen. We've been told that there's a chastisement that's going to come, and it can either be, and it has 2 degrees of severity: serious, severe, and then very severe. And it just depends on how we behave. But after that, it's going to be good. And then after that period of good, then the next thing to come, if I am understanding in what was prophesied, is then there's the coming of Nuestro Señor Jesucristo. Hallowed be his name. And there's no getting out of it. But regardless of whether or not you believe this to be true in the religious sense, the religious context, you're not going back to that way of thinking of how it used to be, The polis, the amphitheater, the public forum. The Aristotelian way of thinking. If you haven't read Socrates or Plato or Aristotle, you should. You don't need to go to school for this. Yeah, you'll have people out there and they'll be like, oh, you ain't got a degree. Oh, you're not. Where's your doctorate? And it's just like, if you read the ancients, even they'll tell you like, yo, if you know it, you know it. You don't need someone to tell you that you know it. You need to understand yourself that you know it. Don't ever deny the truth. The truth is the truth. One of the worst things you can do is deny the truth, and the only person that hurts is yourself. It doesn't hurt the truth. It doesn't hurt the person next to you. Yeah, it can lead to the other person something happening to them, because it's like, okay, they tell you X and you're like, no, it's Y. And not in a lying context. This is just you denying the truth. You're not trying to lie or anything. You're just denying the truth. Yeah, it might sound like, oh, a lie, and it's just like, no. A lie is like you trying to be malicious in it, because to lie means you already know the truth. You do know that it's the truth, but this is you just denying it. You have something within you doesn't want to acknowledge the truth, right? And so you tell that person, they tell you X, and then you tell them Y, and they believe you. So you're adamant about it, and they trust you, they have confidence in you. And then Z happens to them, and it wasn't good. Yeah, that may seem like something bad happened to them, but in actuality, it's just the result of the information you gave them. They got to that conclusion, and that's what happened, which ultimately would be a truth for them, because that is what happened, right? But for you, you denied the truth, which hurts you. And it hurts you on I was going to say an ontological level, but no, it's not like that. It pertains to that. It hurts you on in a subconscious way, because now it makes it harder for you to acknowledge the truth. And then when someone goes to tell you X and you believe Y, and then Z happens to you, well, there you go. That's what happened. It hurts you. And that's what's going on, you know? You see it left, right, front, and center. The way the truth is denied, our aristocrats deny the truth constantly. I used to think that oh, okay, because yeah, there's a few of them that are outright liars. They know what they're doing. They know the truth, and yet they choose to lie. But I think the vast majority of them they're just denying the truth. They're not necessarily lying. And these are supposed to be our betters. These are supposed to be the people that have the resources to find out the truth, whether or not it's lying or not. If it's a lie or not. They have the resources, they have the repertoire, the rapport, the ability, the know-how to actually do that. And yet they don't. They've refused to. And here we are in the state in which we're living. Both physically, like our country, the state as a whole, not just the individual state that is your individual state within the continental United States, but the notion of the nation state, the state. And then also on the individual level, on the state in which you are dominion over, which you hold dominion over yourself, the state in which we are. You have to navigate the way you're navigating because of what they're doing to the macro, the state of the nation, is influencing the state of your being. And I don't think they're being outright malicious as a whole. There's a few of them that are, and all you need is a few. All you do need is a few. Look at that. Such a cool bird. I didn't get a good one when I just shone the blue thereafter, but that was a cool bird. I think it looked like a vulture. I'm hesitant to say if that was a Californian condor, because those are super rare. Apparently they're making a comeback, but I mean, it's like they went from like 20 to now I think it's like 70, because last time I saw it, it was like 20, and then they had 40. But I know there's less than 150 in the entire planet. Unless these bad boys went to some island in the middle of the Pacific and they're just chilling. There's like 1,000 of them there and they're thriving. Hopefully we never find it. If that's the case, just leave them be. Well, I don't think you can see it, it's dark, but there's a lizard right there. But yeah, read Aristotle, or read Socrates, read Plato. Yeah, we don't have most of their works. And I think it was Aristotle who said that he wrote it down, that all the good conversations they had, he didn't record them, he didn't write them down, because that's just for him and the boys. Like those things where, like, when you're with the boys and that thing that happens that no one got a video of or a picture or anything, it just happened and it's a memory between you and the boys. Exactly like that. Like one of your guys' crowning achievements, your crowning moments. But that's how it happens, though. It is how it happens. This is why you shouldn't rely too much on the phone, and really try to take mental pictures and all that, so that you can remember these things accurately. Because you can't. Don't let them ever tell you that, you know, it's a game of telephone, you know. Now it is, because we're stupid now. We're way dumber than it was before. Back in the day, we had integrity, honor, a sense of duty. So your oral traditions, your traditions in general, would be very accurate to the beginning. The only real reason why it would change is because, let's say, how it started, to use this piece of wood, but then something happens, and then that specific species dies, you know, goes extinct. What are you going to do? And you keep doing the tradition, and the tradition says X wood, but X wood doesn't exist, so you make a substitute and you go to Y wood. Is it the same tradition? Yes. Has it changed? Ontologically, no. Accidentally, yes, it did. The spirit of the tradition stayed the same, but certain physical aspects did change. You used X wood went extinct, now you use Y wood. But it is still the same tradition. But that's how those people were back in the day, so, you know, it's important to know that, and it's important to read it so that you can develop an aristocratic mind. You can have an aristocratic mindset, pass it on to the next generation, and have them do it. Is that a big responsibility? It is an incredibly monumentous responsibility. It is. Do you need to do it? No, you don't. Should you do it? You should. It is a good. Remember, just because you don't have a degree doesn't mean that you don't know. See, the whole point of a degree is just to make sure that you are just telling the truth and you're not spouting some whatever thing that you want to spout. It's not necessarily a validation thing. It's just a verification. It's just to be like, okay, you do know what you're talking about in theory. So a lot of these institutions now are, I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore. I don't know what they teaching them. We got 2 more hours before this place closes, the trail closes. I think we can make it to the top. If I can get there before 6:30, then we can make it to the top and then we can head down. I'm pretty sure we can make it to the beehive, the beekeeper's hive. Look at that birdie. Look at that birdie. Hi, birdie. You don't need it, just learn it. Ooh, nice little rock, nice little piedra. thingy. Let me make sure it is doing it. I just got that. Okay, it's charging. Okay. Oop. Put this like that. Oop. Now we're back. We're back. Oh, look at all those. Do they even come up? Red ants! I hear a propeller plane, but I don't know where it's at. Well, it seems to be over there. Well, it's probably going, there's an airport over there. A local airport. There's two of them. Actually, no, there's three of them, right? Because there's one on San Fernando. Two on San Fernando, actually. That one, the other one would be more on Clybourne in San Fernando. And then there's one in Burbank. Burbankia. Well, yeah. Nothing is changing. I'm pretty wary. It's just the turning of the coin. We're still using the same coin. We're on the wheel. We're on the wheel. Very close to the beehive. I think so. I think it's over there.